Welcome to our channel. If you like what we're doing, please show your support by clicking on subscribe. This video is about how our beautiful new Gen 5 4Runner is being transformed into this amazing overlanding beast. I'll explain each modification so you can confidently make selections to create your own rig. Let's get started. Industry experts and experienced off-roaders I've talked with recommend rock sliders come first. These protect the body below the side doors. This area is very exposed and repairs here are extremely costly. Next are skid plates to protect the critical areas underneath. Knocking a hole in your transmission or gas tank will change your plans and might even leave you stranded in the wilderness. What an adventure! We did some research and experimentation to help decide what to use to protect our armor. We accepted that if we really use our Overland rig, it will get chips and scratches. We rejected powder coating because it can be difficult to blend in the inevitable repairs. A wild idea led us to try several brands of undercoating, and after a few attempts we settled on Rust-Oleum Pro Grade undercoating topped with flat black Rust-Oleum Universal Paint and Primer. Repairs only take a few seconds. Just sand smooth with 100 grit, then respray the spot. It blends in perfectly. We selected BudBuilt Ultimate Rock Sliders for their superior strength. We also went with their 3/16" steel skid plates, including a plate for the rear differential. We accepted the weight of the high-strength steel over aluminum to have the highest confidence in our rig. All this was shipped to us for coating, then we carried it to Proline 4x4 in Miami for installation. We chose Proline 4x4 in Miami to supply our bumpers because we really liked the design of their front bumper and because they were willing to customize things to meet our needs. Jitterbug's headed to the Doggy Hotel to play with his friends, and we're on the way to Miami to get these plates installed. As soon as we pulled into the parking lot, co-owners Fernando and Jesus jumped on the truck and started pulling things out, checking lists, making sure that they had everything they needed. They seemed to be more excited about this project than we were. Once the truck was unloaded, Fernando couldn't wait to start showing me all the things they'd built for us.
We painted it, it's got undercoating. Has the flat Rust-Oleum. Your bumper is one of a kind because we have not done any 4Runners like this. You have your front end protection and you also have your headlights protection now like you want it to be, right? Mounted. You got rear ring mounts, high lift jack points in case you want to, lift your vehicle to high lift. Your winch is attached to this part right here. It has a reinforcement of the back. For a tank. This is a special made for a propane tank. You can actually see the little circle here, so it won't be moving around. We work at a 13.5-inch diameter, like you mentioned, so you can strap it down and you can get a tank, whether it's smaller or bigger, you still can fit it in here.
The propane tank will supply a tent heater, a water heater for the shower, and this 225,000 BTU fold-down stove. That's about 10 times the output of a typical camp stove, and it can easily be removed and set up on legs if needed. All of the steel at Proline is precision cut with this CNC plasma torch. Jesus customized our front bumper by adding this special element. We wrapped up our first day watching a demonstration of the plasma arc torch cutting our Gen 5 Runner logo. The next morning, Fernando met us at the hotel to give us a ride to the shop so we could start day 2. By the time we got to the shop, the guys had already removed the front bumper from the truck and were getting ready to install the new one. But first, the winch needed to be mounted. We selected a Smittybilt 12,000 pound X2O winch. With the winch on board, now it's time to bolt the bumper to the frame.
I foresee something nice. I'll tell you what.
On the flip side, the rear bumper's already been removed and the new one is being assembled. Once the stove has been attached and adjusted, the mount for the propane tank can be installed. With the bumper installations complete, it's time to get started on the sliders and armor. With the truck raised, the sliders are positioned and then bolted to the frame. Once the sliders are attached, the truck is raised further and the skid plates go on, beginning with the rear differential. Now comes the skid plate for the gas tank. While the skid plates are being installed, another group of guys are working on our suspension. We went with a 3-inch lift with Old Man Emu Nitrocharger sport shocks and heavy springs because of the weight we were adding to the truck. For the front shocks, the new heavy-duty springs have to be compressed so the units can be assembled using the factory bushings. Our 3-inch lift changes our front end alignment. To correct for that, we chose JBA off-road upper control arms. We like them for their reputation for strength, and we like their new ball joint design. I want to take a second to explain that all 5 of these mechanics came from Venezuela to the United States to make a better life for themselves and their families. These are some of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. While they're working really hard right now, it's after 10:30 at night and they're still going at it. Wow. It's day 3 and it's time to finish up the last details. The factory bumper is cut off and then edge trim is applied before it's reinstalled. Meanwhile, the winch is wired up and tested, and then the synthetic line is loaded on the reel. The last step is a trip to the tire shop for alignment. Let's take a look at the final product. Front bumper, check. Skid plates, front, middle, back, gas tank, check. Rear bumper with the 2 swing outs and a great fold down stove. Hey, hope you found the video interesting and that you learned some things that were helpful to you as you build out your rig. If you have any comments or questions, by all means, leave a comment on our channel and I'll be responding to it quickly. In the near future, you will see videos from our recent overlanding adventures as we go out and put this rig to use. We've been doing quite a bit, actually. So I'm excited to get that footage edited and off to you guys here in the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, please remember to arrive safe and leave clean. Cheers.